tempted to grab that actually. That's exactly the same as the real thing.
Hello everyone, it's Jack Morgan here and welcome back to another Rails TV video. Slightly different one for you today as we've been on the road down to the Great Electric Train Show 2025. First off, we just had to make a beeline to the Making Tracks layout built by Pete Waterman and a Railnuts team. They very kindly let us have a play with our latest exclusives, including the Dapo Class 88 and the Accurascale Class 89 as well. You can see a few clips of those now, but do stick around for the rest of the video where we've got an interview with Pete, as well as various manufacturers in the industry such as Accurascale, Cavalex, Revolution, Hornby and others too. So stick around for those, and I hope you enjoy the video.
What you want it on, which by the sounds of it, you don't understand the rules, which is fine. Just make sure we get the grade.
Right, so we're here with Pete at Great Electric Train Show with Making Tracks. So what's new for 2025, Pete?
Well, as you know, we've rewired the whole layout to come between Derby and here. So we've now got the bi-directional working. So it's caused a few problems this morning because, of course, everybody wants to play with the bi-directionals and not bother with the trains. The problem is they're watching the train and they're not watching the signals. But, you know, that's just experience. But no, it's working and more than happy. It's whether we can join them all together now after Aberystwyth and get to 200 feet. That's the challenge now. But everything's performing. Great crowd. They've been like this since we opened at 9:30 this morning.
So you mentioned Aberystwyth. Where else is the layout going next?
Well, we're at Aberystwyth for the school half term, which is at the end of October. Then we go to Blakemere for Christmas. Then we go to Scotland in the new year. Then the NEC, and we're not back at Chester this year. That's the one place we're not. So we don't know where we are after the NEC yet. We've still got to plan a few things.
Right, nice one. We just had a bit of fun playing with our Class 88 on the layout today.
Brilliant.
Any other kind of points of interest of rolling stock that you're fancying at the moment?
To be honest, we've been so busy with the rewiring. I've left the loco side to the guys, and I like to watch it as a punter, really. When it comes to that, I like watching them run. And it's just great again that we've got something new that the visitors can see. We try and make sure that every time we go out, it's a different layout, different rolling stock, different trains, right up to date, so the kids can see new releases. And we thank all the sponsors, particularly Rails at Sheffield, for let us do that. I mean, that's down to you guys to show you new wares, and it's a knockout for us.
Nice one. So this is Making Tracks version 5, if I'm right in saying. Is there plans for version 6? So you're going to go to 300 foot, 400 foot next?
No, we're going to do the most challenging part now. Part 6 will be from Bushy to Wembley, that'll be it then. We're not going past Wembley. But that means another 72 feet up. And to do that 72 feet, we also have to change the way we model. And I don't want to give too many games away, but it takes modeling into a different realm. So yes, there'll be 216 feet of model in one direction, but actually it goes to 360 feet or something ridiculous. Can't even think about them because it boggles my brain. But it becomes a different model then. And that's what we want to do. We want to do something different.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Look forward to seeing it, and thanks very much as always for having a chat.
No, thank you.
Nice one. Right. So we're here with Steve on the Accurascale stand, and we've got rather a largely upscaled Class 60 of a slightly different scale here today. So
Yes.
tell us about it, Steve.
So this one isn't double O gauge. In fact, it's not even O gauge. This is 10¼ inch gauge, 1/5 scale, Class 60. This has been built over 28 years by the engineer David Moore, who was formerly worked for Brush. He's a Brush traction engineer. He commissioned the real locos back in the 1980s, 1990s. He's advised us, and is a good friend of mine, but he's advised us on the Class 60 project as well. So we've been confident that going through with our 60 and the big 60, that everything's right. This is extremely special. First of all, it's painted in the original triple grey, so this paint actually came from BR back in the 1990s. It's been preserved in his shed for the last 30 years, so probably the most accurate rendition of BR paint because it's not faded. Inside, or under the hood, we've got a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel engine. That's powering an AC alternator, which is then taking DC current to the traction motors. The traction motors are each got a double reduction gearbox, which is giving you about a maximum of about 15 mile an hour, but it's got about 15 horsepower. It controls the thing exactly like the real locomotive, fly-by-wire, and once you look in the cab, you'll see the extent of how complicated this machine really is. It's a proper diesel-electric machine. And if SEPEX means anything to anyone, separately excited traction motors. So if, for example, one of the traction motors detects a wheel slip, the locomotive will realise that that wheel is slipping, reduce the power to that wheel to regain grip, automatically apply the air sanding equipment, and then reapply the power to the motor that's losing grip up in line with all the others. So this engine will start a train in any condition. Weighing 1.5 tonne, certainly it'll move a hell of a train. And that leads us nicely into our model of 60001. This is an Accurascale exclusive, available in the special packaging with all the paperwork with it. This model represents this Class 60 that we can see behind us. So in the same period with the double windows and the grey ploughs, this is exactly how the 60 would have been commissioned when it left the factory. So although this model is an Accurascale exclusive, this one's exclusively available through our website. The rest of our Class 60 range can be bought from Rails of Sheffield.
So we're here with Richard from Accurascale, who we've just had the new Class 89s in from, and there's plenty more to come on the horizon as well. So over to Richard for a bit of a tour of what they've got going on.
So, welcome to the stand once more. Obviously, you've just heard about the big 60 from Steve. However, we have lots of new goodies on the stand. So, the stand itself is full of all our new announcements. So you've just seen as Jack mentioned, the 89s. They've arrived with ourselves and Rails of Sheffield. You've got the newly announced 31s and 30s, the 92s, and the imminent Class 37s with the slugs, of course, which are all new tooling to look forward to. But that's not all, because we have quite a lot arriving in the next, I think, 6 to 8 weeks as we're filming this. We've got the panniers arriving, you've got clay hoods arriving, Mark 1 Suburbans, then, of course, followed by the austerities, the J94s, and, of course, the Northeastern 20-ton hoppers. And that's just that cabinet. We go over to this far cabinet, and you've got things like the 66s, which are also imminent. They'll all arrive as well, so it really is all to see and all to arrive. And then we can start talking about new announcements, hopefully a handful before Christmas.
Lovely stuff. Obviously, we've got a few different exclusives on the go with Accurascale at the moment as well. We've, of course, as mentioned, we've got the 89s, which have just come in. We are working on the Class 375 and 377 Electrostar together, and there's a few special liveries sprinkled in there as well. So hopefully there'll be a few more to come in the next year or so as well.
And of course, the Plus, you mentioned the Electrostar. Now the 89 is here and landed, and you can purchase that. We're working on our next project with Rails of Sheffield, the Electrostar. and the first EPs, I should say, hopefully running, are in the UK. I can say that now. Spoiler, so we'll be seeing much more of that between ourselves and Rails of Sheffield very soon as well. So very exciting.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Richard. Is there anything else you want to show us or talk about at the moment, or is that all?
I think you've generally gone through it all. I mean, everything on the stand is brand new, so it's exciting. And watch this space, because I think between now and Christmas we have at least 2 all-new locomotive product announcements to launch. So watch this space. There's a very nice shiny video coming for each one. Thanks to yours truly. Shameless plug that, but all go for Accurascale and very exciting.
Love it. Well, we look forward to seeing those, and thanks very much for giving us a talk.
Pleasure.
Okay, so we're here with Alex from Cavalex Models. Plenty going on with these guys at the moment, including the launch of the Barden PHA hoppers quite recently. And of course, we've not long had the latest run of Class 60s in stock too. So, hi Alex, thanks for having a quick chat.
Hi Jack. Okay, so we're here today at the Great Electric Train Show. We've recently taken delivery of our Barden wagons, which have now arrived, and you can see the 3 different versions there: the Barden Hill Quarries green and yellow, the Barden Aggregates white and blue, and the modern unbranded brown and grey. We've also got samples of the Rails exclusive PXA and JXA wagons, which are in production and they're due at the end of the year. As you said, we've got a nice collection of our Class 60s here, from the first batch up to the latest second batch models, which arrived at the end of July. And then we have also kindly being displayed on Rusty Rails' excellent depot board. We have our 3D printed Class 47, which is in tooling, and we are looking at getting engineering prototype samples from the factory, hopefully by the end of the year.
Lovely stuff. We had a chance of a bit of a play over on Making Tracks earlier. We saw a few of your Class 56s and Class 60s and stuff on there. Yeah, how's it going with those as well? 56?
Well, I have to say, last night we got out a rake of the yellow and green Barden wagons, and we ran them behind 56 120 in large logo, which looks absolutely immense. And then we got, as you say, a couple of 60, well, a few 60s running on different wagons, and it's just great to be able to run full length or near enough full length scale trains on Making Tracks. Now that the Barden wagons are here, we have a couple of wagon projects in development that we will be sharing more information on hopefully very soon.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing that, and thanks a lot for having a chat with us.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we're just catching up with Revolution here at the Great Electric Train Show. Obviously, they've had a few exciting new products coming in stock recently, and there's plenty more on the horizon, as you can see from all the cabinets here. Just catching up with Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Jack.
Thanks for having a quick chat with us.
That's fine.
Feel free to give us a tour. And
Yes, I mean, the big stuff that's arrived recently is obviously the WIA covered car carriers in N gauge and double O gauge. And then the other big thing has been the main batch of our N gauge Class 66s. So you've got a wide selection of N gauge 66s here. And probably the sort of standout one for us is 66 190 Martin House Children's Hospice, which we're doing to raise money for Martin House Children's Hospice with our friends from Drax. And you can still buy that from our website, and it will raise lots of money for the charity. In about 2 to 3 weeks' time, we'll be announcing how much we've raised. We already know, and we've shared it with the charity, and it's going to be a great announcement.
nice one. Anything else coming through that you'd like to highlight?
The rest of the stuff that you see sort of behind in the cabinets is stuff that is mostly in production. In terms of N-Gauge, obviously the 1938 stock is in production, and we're hoping that they're going to arrive by the end of this year. And then the next 2 things for double O gauge modelers that's going to be arriving is going to be the Cartic 4 car carriers and the Bow Rail Mullet Tench family of flat wagons.
Nice. Of course, we've got a few different exclusives coming through with Revolution as well.
We do indeed.
Including the Class 18 hybrids, which I don't think we do have here today, but you can see those on the website. And also the Class 313 and N-Gauge as well, which a lot of people are looking forward to.
The 313s, a lot of the production's already been done. We're just waiting for the factory to finish assembly, and we've got to write a bit more in the instruction manuals. But again, they should be not far off finishing completion now.
Nice one. Anything else you'd like to chat about today?
I think that the newer stuff that we've got is the first samples of our TT box wagons, and then our N-Gauge Electrostar and K-type Pullmans. So those are the really new things. And then probably the other thing to point out is our N-Gauge PTA, JSA box wagons and steel carriers, which will be starting production of those at the end of November.
Nice one. Well, cheers, Mike.
Yep, thanks a lot, Jack.
Right, so we've made our way over to the Hornby stand, and we're now here with Martin. Of course, there's been quite a few new arrivals from Hornby lately, including the super popular GER Class J15. And we've also had the J52s come into stock as well. So quite a lot of exciting new products, and there's plenty more coming throughout the year and into 2026 as well. So over to Martin for a bit of a tour.
Hello, yeah, so coming this way. So you mentioned about the J52. We've actually got it running. It's going to come out of the tunnel in a minute. We've actually fitted that with a 21 pin decoder and speaker as well. And that's pulling our beer tanker wagons, which are now all available. So you've got the 3 versions of that out. And then running just past it now, we've got our new Railroad Class 800. So that's the one that's going to be coming out in the train set, which is in the box up there, which is £180, which is coming out right on December. But you can also buy it separately as a train pack as well. So that's our Railroad version of the Class 800. So bear in mind, we've got the 2 of them there as well. And as we come down here, of course, it's Christmas coming, so that's a big time for Hornby. So we have our new Santa Express train set, which, okay, that's not for the model hobbyists as such, but that, everyone's got, well, nearly everyone's going to have a Christmas tree, USB battery rechargeable, easy put together track, run around, good bit of fun, kids can play with it. But this is part of the Play Trains range, so it actually can add on to any of the Play Train sets. And on that note, we've got our new Play Train Steam set, which is completely new. It's only been out a few weeks. So this is controlled with a hand controller, as we have done previously with Play Trains, with your back, your forwards, your sound on and off. But it's also got lights and sound in the steam engine as well, magnetic couplings, new, easy to clip together Play Trains track. This one's actually in a figure of 8. And again, it's all compatible with the previous Play Train stuff as well. So that's something for the younger ones. Then as we come a little bit further along, the first time these have been seen in public, we have got some engineering samples of 2 of our latest steam generator models. So we've got the Merchant Navy there, and then we've got Cock in the North there behind it. They're going to be coming sort of a bit more into next year. We're sort of thinking probably Merchant Navy's going to be probably around February time, the Cock in the North around about January time. So not far away, it will come around. Then down into the cabinet, it gets exciting. We got the other Class 800, we've got the Darlington one, which is coming out around December time, we're expecting that. And also the Deltic, the much waited for Deltic. We're looking at that. It's down for January, it might make December, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that potentially we might actually see that for Christmas. And then beneath it, we've got our new TT building. So we brought a range of new TT. We announced these a few months ago. This is actually one of the first times of actually having them out in the public eye. And if we come over here a little bit further, into the cabinet, we got decorated samples of the tavern cars. These are coming in December. December and November is going to be a very, very busy time for Hornby, so just pre-warning you that now. And then we've got our 66s and Class 37s in TT, and also the Terrier. So the 37s at the moment, they're tracking for around about November time, they'll be here. Terriers are going to be here in a matter of weeks. So the next 2-3 weeks, you've got the Terriers. The 4-wheel coach is already here. Some of them are sold out, but don't worry, there are some more coming in a few weeks as well, so there's still plenty of those to come around. The HSTs in GNER and Virgin, they're out now as well. So if you have missed those, please go and grab them. And also the J50s, they'll be coming around about November time. So there's lots and lots and lots of stuff coming through. Had a cracking show here today. Thanks for coming to see us.
Brilliant. Of course, in case you missed it as well, Hornby have just made some new TT announcements. As of recording this was yesterday.
Yeah.
And they have also just announced some exciting new gold liveried Drax products as well, including the Railroad Class 66 and an IIAD, if I can get my words out.
From Newcastle,
got the new biomass wagon there as well, which are proving to be incredibly popular on pre-order. So if you haven't placed one, then you need to get it.
Move quick, And we missed out. I just realised the TT signals. They're actually here on display as well, undecorated. The new TT signals with working parts, is just on a demo board. But these are coming, we're looking at December time for those, late December. So there's plenty of stuff coming through, loads and loads, and that's not all of it.
Love it. Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for having a chat to us.
Thank you.
We'll see you around later.
See you soon.
Of course, it wouldn't be the Great Electric Train Show without the annual awards ceremony. We've got a few snippets for you here, and we are absolutely delighted to announce that we've won Retailer of the Year. We very much appreciate each and every one of you who voted for us, and appreciate the fact that you've enjoyed our service over the past year, and we look forward to serving you again throughout the rest of 2025 and 2026. Once again, massive thank you to everyone who voted for us.
Modern traction dominated the top spots in the voting this year, with all top 3 being diesel and electric locomotives, and the top 2 were separated by less than 100 votes. In third place is the Accurascale Class 50. In second place is the Cavalex Class 60. And this year's winner is the Accurascale Class 60. There are 5 entries for the best O-Gauge locomotive of the year, with products from Lionheart Trains, Helgen, Dapple and Accurascale. In third place was Dapple's Hunter Austerity 060 saddle tank. In second place was the Accurascale Ruston 88DS. The winner with 25% of the votes is Lionheart Trains BR 3MT 262 tank. And Lionheart Trains aren't here, they've been around the world anyway. Down a scale to N-Gauge. And this year it was a 2-horse race for 2 diesel locomotives in the award for 2025 between the EFE Rail D600 warship and the Rapido Trains UK Class 44. And the winner this year is the Rapido Pilot Scheme Peak. Again, Rapido's not there, but congratulations to them. So next we move on to passenger rolling stock, and Double Scale saw quite a few significant releases with a steam era theme, including the Clark Railworks Quad Arcs, Bachmann and WR Arc roof coaches, and the Hornby Coronation stock as well. Second in places were tight, with the Accurascale Mark 1 Suburbans being picked to second by Clark Railworks Quad Arcs. And the winner for the Best Double Gauge Carriage Award in 2025 is Hornby with their Coronation stock. We move on to the Best Double Gauge Wagon category, with 18 wagons to choose from. It's a very busy category this year. In third place was Clark Railworks Lomac Wagon, followed by the Accurascale BR 16-ton Mineral Wagon. And then the winner this year was EFE Rail's 12-ton General Purpose Frame. Next up, we have the Best O-Gauge Carriage or Wagon, and this year it landed firmly in favour of the winner, which had almost double the votes of any entrant in the category. In third place was Helgen's O-Gauge BR Mark IIs. In second was the Helgen LMS Inspection Saloon, and the winner with almost 50% of the votes was Ellis Clark Trains K-Type Pullmans. Next we're on to N-Gauge carriages, and Revolution Trains and Graham's Forest provided the subjects this year for the Best N-Gauge Carriage Award, with a bit of unusual and interesting subjects between the two of them. With 57% of the vote, the winner was Revolution Trains SR General Manager Saloon. Next, we move on to the Best N-Gauge Wagon. A varied choice of freight stock this year, ranging from clay hoods through to Cartic 4s. Voted in third place in public vote was Rapido Trains OAA. In second place was Revolution Trains Cartic 4s. And in first place was Pico's BR Clay Hood Wagons. Moving on to our narrow gauge subject for this year, which is Best 009 Gauge Carriage. Fistinian Railway subjects filled the category this year, with the choice of either the Tin Car or the Brake Third by Bachmann, with this year's winner being the Fistinian Brake Third by Bachmann. Next, we move on to the Layout of the Year category, which offers the Hornby magazine readership the chance to vote for their favourite layout that's been featured in the magazine during the year. Models of real locations topped the vote again this year. In third place was Knaresborough by Harrogate Model Railway Club. Glasgow Eastfield by Mick Worrell came second. And in first place is Pete Waterman's Making Tracks 4 Plus, modelling Watford Junction Station and its approaches. Congratulations. We've changed the voting for the retail category to be a public open vote so that anyone could vote for any shop they wanted to be part of the awards this year. with a total of over 5,000 votes cast by our voting audience. In third place this year was Great Eastern Models. In second place was TMC. And the winner this year is Rails of Sheffield.
That's about it for the Great Electric Train Show for this year. We do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button, subscribe to see our future videos, and hit the notification bell to never miss another upload. Do leave a comment as well with what was your favourite part of the video, and we'll see you next time.